This is the 2-week update for the Noel Kiss litter of Australian Labradoodle puppies. And today we are going to let you know a little bit about each of the puppies, the milestones they've accomplished in the past week, give you updated weights on them, and we're also going to tell you a little bit about Ella, their beautiful mama Labradoodle here, how she's doing, and just give you a little synopsis of the litter as a whole. Hi, I'm Claire from Isle Labradoodles, and these Labradoodle puppies are 2 weeks old today. They are just a really lovely litter. They have not caused us to be awake at all during the night, which is a real bonus for us. Ella just looks after everything so well. This is Ella's second litter, and she is a terrific Labradoodle mom this time. She did a great job the first time, but this time with a little bit of experience, she's doing even better. She's very relaxed and she's very calm with the puppies, and she's doing just a great job with her eating. Quite often, dogs and Labradoodles, about 5 days post-whelp, become really fussy and don't want to eat. Of course, this is a big concern for us as Labradoodle breeders, and we want to be sure that mom has got lots of nutrition and is well able to handle the requirements of all of the puppies. But Ella is just having no problem. She eats all of her meals with the rest of our dogs. She sometimes chooses to finish her meals in with her puppies. She's doing great out and about. Oh, she goes outside for a good run a couple to 3 times a day. She's quite happy to leave the puppies alone during the day and the evening and just come and spend some time with us. So it's a really nice, perfect, relaxed mixture of time. Now, she may leave us during this video. You can see that she's sitting up right now. If you just take a look at her, she's sitting up and allowing the puppies to nurse. And so the puppies are going to have their claws all trimmed later after we do this video, because once they become 2 weeks old, those nails get a little bit sharp, and that can start to become uncomfy for mom when they're nursing. So usually when we see mom sitting up like this, we think, okay, we better get in there and trim those claws up a bit more. And she may also decide to move around. She may even leave us while we're making the video. The other thing we will be doing with the puppies after this video is their first worming. So puppies are all born with worms. Female dogs are always have a worm that is dormant in their system. Those worms never come to life until the female becomes pregnant. So this is true for Labradoodles and all female dogs. So we worm our mama Labradoodles when they're bred, and then we keep them on that same worming schedule that we have the puppies on. So we worm them the first time at 2 weeks, then at 4 weeks, then at 6 weeks, and then we switch brands and we do one final time before they go home with you. That way we've covered all types of worms and any concerns about eggs that are hatching, and your puppies are going to go home to you without any concern about worms. So now let's do the fun part. Let's go through each of the puppies and have a little update on them and find out their weights and information about them. So we're going to do them in birth order, which means we're going to start over here with Green Collar Girl. So you'll see when we pick them up, we always like to touch them a little bit before we pick them up. That gives them a little bit of warning that something's coming along, so that they're not startled and that they're comfortable and confident that we're handling them and they're going to be safe. So Green Collar Girl is going to show you the milestone for all of the puppies. Their eyes have opened. Everybody's eyes were opened on Sunday, so even before they were 2 weeks old, everybody had their eyes open. And what a world of difference once their eyes open. We always feel that this is our first real introduction to the puppies. This is when we get to know them. As people, we use eyes as a really strong form of contact. Now, dogs, and Labradoodles especially, also vary in the amount of eye contact they have. So this is our first opportunity to really look into each of the puppies' little souls. So Green Collar Girl is doing very well in terms of her weight gain. She is the 3rd largest puppy now, and she is weighing 824 grams. Everybody has more than doubled their birth weight, and that is what our primary goal is with these puppies. So clearly Ella is doing a fabulous job with her milk bar, and we attribute a lot of that to her raw food diet. So that's our beautiful little green collar, and green collar is a girl. She's a very pretty girl, and from her markings you can tell she is a black phantom puppy. The phantom is the tan markings that she has. And they're beautiful. So we put her back. Next we have red collar girl. And red collar girl is right here. And we'll just let her know we're going to be picking her up. There you go, baby girl. There we go. Here we are. And red collar girl is also a phantom, but she is a tri. And by a tri, we mean that because she has 3 colors. Oopsie, it's a little bubbly. You can see she has white on her face, her chin, and she also has white on her chest. So that and a little bit of white on this hind foot here. And a little bit of white down here on her tummy. I so beautiful. Hello. So that makes her a tri, which is so called because she has the 3 colors there. Oh, and she's going to give you a good look inside of her beautiful mouth. She's very tired. They were all just nursing, as you saw at the beginning of the video. So after nursing, they all tend to go to sleep. Now, once they have their eyes open, one thing that we really notice is they become much less squirmy when you pick them up, and they start to want to lick you. You can see red collar girl is looking to try and find something to lick. So maybe we'll lick my nose. Yes, you will. Yes, that's very sweet. So red collar girl is the smallest puppy in the litter, and she is 677 grams. So she is also doing really well with her weight gain. And you can see how that beautiful ebony coat just gleams. It is a gorgeous coat, so shiny. All these puppies really have beautiful coats. So that's our red collar girl. And you'll see how the puppies are all lying splayed out here in the bed. So in the beginning, when they're first born, they all tend to clump together. They can't regulate their body temperature. And as time goes on and they're more able to regulate their temperature, they tend to spread out a bit more. We have dropped the temperature in the whelping room, so it is now down to 21 degrees. Now, after red collar, we're going to take a look at light blue collar boy. He's right over here. Excuse me, I still have a bit of a cold from the holidays. So here is our light blue collar boy. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hello, sweetie. Now, this little sweetheart is a brown color boy, and he's a milk chocolate color. I know. And he has tuxedo style markings. So that's what we call all of this white marking that he has. So he has a lot of white markings on his face, on his head, strong white markings under his chin and on his tummy, as well as on all of his paws. And he even has a little bit of white around behind his neck. So Mr. Light Blue Collar is a very lovely boy. He's very sweet, he's very calm, he's not pushy, just a delightful little fellow. And Light Blue Collar is weighing in at 881 grams. So that makes him the biggest puppy for this week. So he has a really nice little tummy. I'm not sure if you can see it. Oh, he maybe doesn't want to show it, but he is a little bit of a roly-poly kind of guy. Now, one of the other things the puppies are starting to do quite a bit more of is talking. So we hear them squeaking quite a bit more, and there have been a couple of barks that we've heard. I'm not sure which puppy it is that has barked yet, but we have heard their voices a little bit more. And that's Mr. Light Collar giving you an example of the type of sound we hear from them most often. And that's just him vocalizing, saying, hey, I just am not exactly comfortable right at the moment. None of the puppies can hear yet. Their ears are all sealed shut, but I expect when we do next week's video, they will all have their ears open. Next, we're going to take a look at our little orange collar girl. We're just going to have to get Miss Red Collar Girl to find a different pillow here. We'll move her over here. And here comes Miss Orange Collar Girl. I still talk to them all as I always do. And here is our lovely little Miss Orange Collar Girl. Orange Collar Girl is also a tri-phantom, but she is a chocolate tri-phantom. So she has a slightly different look from Red Collar Girl because her base coat color is a little bit different. So Orange Collar Girl is probably the puppy who is at the bottom of the pack right now. She is often the last one to the milk bar. and she does like to have a little bit of extra attention from her mom. And you can hear she's quite a little bit of a talker, and she's doing quite a little bit of fussing, which is quite normal for her. And Ella's off to the side. You can't see her. She's out of the camera's range right now, but she has her head up because she's a little concerned at how much noise Miss Orange Collar is making. And Orange Collar Girl is 781 grams. So she's doing great in terms of her weight gain. So we know she is getting to the milk bar without any trouble, despite we often see her sort of straggling behind everybody and jockeying for position. And you can see she has her eyes open as well. So that's Orange Collar Girl. Now we're going to take a look at Dark Blue Collar Boy. A dark blue collar boy is a caramel. He is a red caramel. Now, his coat looks red, but according to the breed standard, he can't be called a red puppy because he will not have a black nose. If you have a black nose and your coat is this color, you're a red. If you have a brown rose liver colored nose and you have this color coat, then you're a red caramel. So this little sweetheart also has his eyes open. This little guy is right in the middle. He's very quiet. He's very calm. He never is upset about anything, it seems. And you can see, if you can see his eyes, that of course are open as well. His eyes are blue. Now, all of the puppies have blue eyes, and that's because Labradoodles all start off with blue eyes, and then those eyes change color as time goes on. So the black puppies will have dark brown eyes. The brown and the red caramel puppies will have brown and hazel colored eyes. Hey, sweetie. So Mr. Dark Blue Collar is weighing in at 844 grams. Just a great weight. And he's one of the puppies who has one of those little tubby tummies. He is a real roly-poly guy, which is really nice. I love chubby puppies. So that's Blue. Oh, you can see that Miss Orange has found herself a spot where she now has a pillow rather than being the pillow. Next, we're going to take a look at Yellow Collar Boy. Yellow Collar Boy, I referred to previously as being Sable. He's not Sable. That was my mistake. I had thought that Ella carried Sable because her mom does, but I went and checked because you can see he has some of the phantom markings, but they're not as dominant and as strong as the other dogs are. So I went to check and see what the alleles are that Ella has, and indeed she does not have any Sable. So this puppy is a black tri puppy. His phantom markings just are not as strong as the other dogs. So that probably means that when he's mature, rather than being a copper and black color, he's going to be more of a cream or a silver and black color. Really pretty combination. And you can see Mr. Yellow Collar has lots of white up his face, on his head, under his chin, and then he has this beautiful, really big white blob on his tummy and chest area. That makes him a beautiful tri boy. Hey, sweetheart. Mr. Yellow Collar is a delightful fellow. He's very confident. He has a good personality. He's not pushy or rude, but he makes sure that he has the best spot at the milk bar, and he looks after himself quite nicely. Hey, Betty. And you can see he has his eyes open as well. And Mr. Yellow Collar is 765 grams. So he has more than doubled his birth weight, and he is a really nice size. Hey, buddy, there we go. And finally, the last puppy born in the litter is our Purple Collar Girl. She's over here. Purple Collar Girl is quite an independent little girl. We often find her off by herself or just slightly away from the other puppies in the litter. She's got a lot of confidence, I think, and I bet when she gets older, we're going to see that she has quite a strong and distinctive temperament. So she is also a red caramel, just like Dark Blue Boy is. I don't. But she has one difference in that she has this little bit of white on her chest. And this is almost identical to the amount of white that Ella has on her chest. So she really takes after her mama. And if she takes after her mama in terms of temperament, she will be a real winner, because Ella has just the most delightful temperament in the world. Labradoodles, of course, are known for their lovely dispositions, but even within that, you get some that are even just a little bit extra special. Yes, although we think you're all special. And Miss Purple Collar Girl is 733 grams. So she's doing really well too. And you can see that she's talking away to me and saying, hey, what are you doing? Why am I being held here? I was having such a nice nap. So already you can see that the puppies are starting to show us a little bit of their personalities. And now you see, after we've handled them, that they've all gone back to sleeping fairly much together, where they're all touching at least at one part of their bodies. And that's a natural response for the dogs to do. Being picked up and handled for the videos is a little bit of a stress for them. It's a little bit of a change in their routine. And so they naturally gravitate back to one another for that security and that comfort, as well as the body warmth. So that's our update for this week on the puppies. Next week when we come back, I expect they will have achieved their next major milestone, which will be that their ears will be open. And we may even be starting to get close to the time when we are moving them from the maternity ward into the nursery. How we decide to do that is based on how mobile the puppies are. They are all up on all fours now, and some of them are starting to walk around. And once they get enough strength and they're really able to walk around and start to get out of the nest, that's when we move them to a bigger area. So it's important that they have lots of space and room so that they can develop those muscles and that coordination. Excuse me. And so as soon as we see them getting close to that point, then that's when we move them out into the nursery. And Ella is sleeping just outside of the nest for most of the night. She only goes into the nest to feed them. She cleans them up, she checks them all out, and then she's out sleeping just outside of the nest. So once they move into the nursery, we give her an area that's still enclosed, but she is able to get away from the puppy so that she has her own separate space and her own time, which is really important for the girls. So we hope you enjoyed this update. If you have any questions about the puppies, about how they're developing, their colors and patterns, worming puppies, feeding puppies, anything at all, we love to talk about Labradoodles. It's my favorite topic. So please don't hesitate to ask any questions or make any comments you may have below on the video here. And we hope you subscribe to our channel so that you get all of our updates. Each litter, we try to give you a little bit of different information. So if you subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to watch all of our litter updates and also see our informational videos, which is mostly in our series Puppies 1, 2, 3. If you're on a reservation list for one of our Van Isle Labradoodle puppies, that is a terrific series to start watching even before your litter is born. And then once your litter is born, we'll go back and refer to things each week. So we hope you enjoyed the video, and we hope we see you again next week. Thanks so much for watching.